Hello everybody, this is Junjolin from IDB. First of all, on behalf of IDB, I would like to welcome all our guests from all over the world to join this conference, the 2020 World Telecom Smart City Conference, Transformations to Sustainability. This is a virtual conference, and I think you know because of the COVID-19, so we cannot invite our guests to Taiwan physically, but we still be willing to take this opportunity to learn from each other online. In today's agenda, we can hear experts from Hong Kong, HKT, Malaysia, TM ONE to share their experience and demand in smart city development. And we will hear two Taiwanese companies, ASKEY Computer, Fashion Intelligence, to share their experience they have both in Taiwan and abroad. More importantly, through this communication platform, everybody can learn from each other, no matter where you are from. Maybe you are in public sector or you are in private sector. I think all of you can take this opportunity to find a partner for cooperation. And thank you again. I hope all of you have a fruitful conference. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. This is my great pleasure as a guest speaker to share my topics. Smart City Service for today and tomorrow in Hong Kong. I hope you all enjoyed and fruitful. Let me to have quick introductions of myself first. I have been working in HKT more than 30 years. Look so young, you know, and realize the telco evolution from analog to digital and digital to smart era. Now, I have been leading a new emerging technology teams for project consulting, which was established in the last year to focus for the innovation and technology initiative, smart city, digital innovation and transformations. That is the agenda of my talk today. Let's go video first to see what is going on these smart eras.
With the first true 5G service introduced in Hong Kong, the future is finally here. 5G, the latest generation of mobile technologies, will profoundly impact every business and spur innovation. With 5G's unique characteristics of ultra-high speed, ultra-low latency and massive connectivity, everything will be connected real-time in the new world. Together with other emerging technologies, 5G as a super enabler accelerates digital transformation for enterprises. It creates unprecedented opportunities for different industries, allowing them to make timely decisions with greater accuracy, boosting efficiency and profitability. And together, we make our cities smarter. For applications of 5G in the healthcare sector, real-time remote consultation through the Internet of Medical Things for patient monitoring, remote training of medical staff, and remote mentoring for emergency operations are now all possible with 5G. For the construction industry, 5G enables fast transmission of large drawing files, empowers massive IoT deployment and streamlines operations, assists asset tracking by IoT, and enforces safety compliance. Shopping malls can uplift customer experience by providing an engaging environment. With emerging technology applications, all staff are empowered to provide a more comfortable and delightful shopping environment for customers. Tailor-made AR and VR can engage shoppers with marketing activities via omni-channels and drive interaction from online to offline. Private 5G network and network slicing enables dedicated resources to support mission and time-critical applications. 360-degree monitoring and advanced automation improve overall performance. Smart stadiums optimize immersive fan experience by allowing dimensional views from different angles. HKT 1010 possesses the largest amount of spectrum and owns a 4.9 GHz 5G spectrum, which allows territory-wide true 5G experience. As the only operator in Hong Kong with both fixed and mobile expertise and the most extensive fibre-backed network infrastructure, we have decades of experience in system integration and assumed leadership in cybersecurity protection. HKT 1010 is uniquely positioned to support enterprises on their digital transformation journey. By partnering with global startups and technology partners, we are ready to work with you in turning Hong Kong into a smart city.
After the video, I believe you to get a full overview of the 5G application. Let me go in depth to share the 5G services and use cases in Hong Kong. Let's have a quick overview for the 5G service launching in the world from 2018 and 19. The first in China, and then Korea, Australia, US, and Europe. And then Hong Kong, Japan, Canada, and Mexico. Okay, coming next year will be Singapore and other countries. In compare with East Asia Pacific countries, the 5G services launched in Hong Kong is April this year. HKT and two other mobile service operators launched 5G services on April this year. With the substantial amount of 5G spectrum, HKT is uniquely positioned to offer a differentiated 5G experience and create synergies to create and enhance 5G ecosystem and expand to new use case. 5G has all the perfect connections with the smart and intelligent moving objects, such as AV, autonomous vehicles, robotics, personal assistant, drones, because all video, sound could be transmitted back to the cloud platform with AI and real-time management and control with the big data analytics at any time, anywhere. 5G is not only a service, it is really a super enabler to smart application in different industries, such as constructions, healthcare, property management, media, smart mobility, games, and entertainment. We have also had some 5G bundled solutions for your reference, such as AR, VR, glasses, VA, robotics, all under 5G umbrella. HKT has also offered Dr. Go. It's our newly launched application in January. It is a platform of healthcare with remote doctor consultations by using 5G. It serves with medical delivery, customer services, and online payment as well. It is a one-stop shopping solution for customers to get online healthcare service. Here, the summary of the new 5G links and the emerging technologies, AI, robotics, and VA cloud to create smart in different industries. 5G offer ultra high speed and low latency. It could have massive connectivities for the applications. It's moved the technology to the next level. Okay, the next topic is the smart city strategy of the government, telco, and the business organizations. Smart city has 6 initiatives, including government, economies, mobility, people, environmental, and living, all to have to use emerging technologies in linking them into smart application platform. Hong Kong government has visions to embrace innovation and technologies to build a world-famous smart Hong Kong by a strong economies and high quality of living. From the 2017, government has employed PwC for the consultancy report. In the same years, Chief Executive in Hong Kong also announced the policy address and also Hong Kong Smart City Blueprint 1.0, and then provide budget and subsequent policy address. Until this year, the Smart City Blueprint 2.0 will be published by end of this year. Big-scale smart city project from 6 smart initiatives bring big opportunity to telecom service operator like HKT to become and transform to the smart service providers. Other technology companies and startups to deliver the smart city blueprint as the government funding as well. Smart city need true smart service provider because telecom service provider has been doing now 7x24 non-stop operations, monitoring, service and support for the Wi-Fi, 4G, but the 5G is more challenging on top of smart facility and the objects, need intelligent platform and emerging technologies. HKT from traditional connectivity service, but value-added service to business organization, as well as business transformation. But also now we are looking to be a smart service providers to provide product, solution, and services to help digital transformation in smart digital eras. At last, I will talk about smart mobility in Hong Kong. Here is the ranking of the IESE Smart City 2020. The priority of Hong Kong for mobility and transportation is really low. We are in the rank 70. I want to meet middle of the full countries. We see there is a lot of room for improvement in Hong Kong, and the populations of Hong Kong is very high. Maintain a good mobility and transportation system for Hong Kong people is very important. So Hong Kong government spend a large effort in these aspects. Smart city projects are measures at the smart mobility initiative first in terms of priority and its impact. There is our smart mobility roadmap. We are start to engage the mobile project before 2017. For example, smart application pilot on the new development districts. It includes smart light sensors, smart lamp posts, smart parking meters, smart airport, green minibus, CV2X. And I will brief 2 projects now. The first one is next generation parking meters to replace existing meters to 12,000 new meters by end of 2020. The entire parking meter system will be jointly provided by HKT and 1010 to provide fixed and mobile networks. Driver could use the app to know the latest parking information on street. For their easy planning, they could use different e-payments for parking fee. The meter data will be uploaded to the system. The system will then process and analyze the data, thereby provide usable information to the transport departments. There will be more function and it could be save time and manage more effectively, make a big step towards for smart mobility and then smart cities. The second one is the project of Green Minibus. Green Minibus is a popular transportation in Hong Kong, but there is no system for user to check the arrival times. So it causes a lot of inconvenience to the people in Hong Kong. Transport Department aims to include the real-time estimated time arrival for all green minibus. This is the first smart mobility project and big scale, to launch in Hong Kong. The project time is around 7.5 years contracts. It is also partnered with the smart service providers. HKT has also participated in this tender. In order to accomplish the projects, we form a partnership ecosystems because no company could do all. Telco company like HKT is the same. So HKT need to partner various technology partners and collaborate them in the ecosystem partnership approach to win together in today and tomorrow. So this is end my sharing. If you need any further information, please email to hkt_et@pcw.com. Thank you so much. I hope we can enjoy together for the rest of the presenter.
Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm Azman, and today we are going to cover a topic on the Malaysian Smart City Framework. I will first giving you some of the overview to the framework, and then we will look into some of the examples how Telecom Malaysia plays our role in deployment of smart city, some of the use cases that we have deployed. Smart city is a new paradigm in the urban development, which generally refers to the use of technology, especially ICT, as the key infrastructure. While the concept of smart city is relatively new, similar agenda could have been embedded in the earlier development of modern cities in Malaysia, even before the terminology has been used. In Malaysia, the development of Cyberjaya back in 1997 could be one of the examples. Aspired to become the Silicon Valley of Malaysia, Cyberjaya was meant to be the hub of the new technology, also known as the Multimedia Super Corridor (MSC). It was aimed to attract multinational corporations and high-tech companies to invest in that region. Developed alongside Cyberjaya was Putrajaya, which has been established as an administrative city where all the ministries and government agencies were relocated and centralized. For a similar purpose, back in 2007, several new cities were developed in Iskandar region, which formed the Southern Economic Corridor of Malaysia. Apart from the federal government, the recent smart cities initiatives are also driven by the states, government and city council, some of which examples are Kuala Lumpur and Smart Selangor initiative, which have came out with their own smart city agenda and blueprints. Eventually, last year in 2019, the Malaysian government has finally launched the Malaysian Smart City Framework, Mscf. The document was meant to serve as national reference and guidelines, especially for cities and their local governments, as well as other relevant agencies and stakeholders in deployment of smart cities. The main idea is to streamline and coordinate all the smart city development and efforts among all the main stakeholders. It took into considerations views from all relevant stakeholders, leveraging on experience from some initiatives that I've mentioned earlier in this presentation. In Malaysian context, the smart city is defined as a city that uses ICT and technology and innovation advances to address urban issues, including to improve the quality of life, to promote economic growth, as well as to develop sustainable and safe environment and encourage efficient urban management practices. So we can see from the definition, while ICT and innovation is a central element of the smart city, ultimately it has to serve as a tool to comprehensively address city challenges that touch on many aspects such as the governance, the citizens, economic, as well as the environment. The motivation of having this framework are driven by some of these factors. Firstly, smart city is essential to address urban challenges from rapid urbanization. So as the city grows, there will be more people migrating. Economic and social activities will increase, which means the city needs to cope and respond to the changes quite quickly. Improving their efficiency in the same time ensure that cities are resilient and safe from either man-made or natural disaster. They need to also think of the cost of running the cities and ensure that they can sustain the city in the future. Now, secondly, with the advancements of technologies such as the IoT, virtual reality, the big data, the AI, 5G, and robotics, they are also presenting some new opportunities for a city to relook into how all the above challenges can be addressed in a better way compared to the current practices or compared to the legacy approaches. Therefore, the smart city framework can actually help Malaysian to realizing some of their national and global agendas. This includes the Malaysian Strategic Plan, which are revised once in every 4 years, the Sustainable Development Plan, SDG, and the UN Habitat's New Urban Agenda, and many others. Another advantage of smart city is that it creates new economic potential in digital economy, which means more jobs and activities can be created online, and most of the government delivery services can be improved to the e-government, e-billing, e-commerce, and so on. But last but not least, it is important for Malaysian city to keep being competitive globally, so we can attract more investment and more global talent coming to the city to work. Let's now look into the document itself. A finalized report on Mscf is a 251-page document, which you can actually download, and I encourage you to download from the government websites. It is quite comprehensive document, which is based on a study and reports that has been conducted for a year, involving a lot of key stakeholders. I can say it is very comprehensive and details, and it covers a wide spectrum of urban challenges, which I will explain in the next slide. In general, the report proposed 16 policies that will support the deployment of this framework. It also outlines up to 36 strategies, which are broken down into initiatives, which, by the way, will be delegated and delivered by various supporting agencies and local authorities. The key indicators and best practices are also highlighted in the document, and some of the examples are provided in my next slide. So these are the main components of the Malaysian Smart City Framework. As I mentioned, the Smart City Framework is meant to address urban challenges, which can be summarized into 3 pillars: the competitive economy, the environmental, and the quality, then enhancing quality of life. The smart economy. First, let's look into the component of smart economy. Smart economy is really one of the main reason of having a smart city. Evidently, like the city of Cyberjaya, for example, are designed to attract investment and talent that will spur economic activities in the region. We want to address and create more jobs, increase productivity, provide more value-added facilities for industries and enterprises, and support business enterprises with new innovations to help the city and businesses to transition into the digital economy. Secondly is the smart living components, which cover the aspect of safety, the security, the quality of healthcare services, as well as the quality of life in housing area. Some of the objective indicator could be looking at reduce in crime rate, increase of doctor per patient per population ratio, a better and safer city, and also improve in happiness index and many other index. The third component of this smart city framework is the smart environment. Generally covers all the initiatives towards low carbon city, towards greener lifestyle, towards sustainable resource management, as well as towards preparedness towards disasters, as well as city cleanliness. Now, the fourth element, in my view, is the most important one, because city need to be citizen rather than technology centric. What is city without citizen, after all, right? In fact, all the other elements that we're discussing in this elements in these frameworks are all about providing better services to the citizens. So in this case, citizens need to be also empowered and prepared in many aspects, especially the social, the mental, intellectual, and in fact moral and spiritual. Now, number five is a smart government. Like many other governments, the challenges that we see is that a lot of these government services are working in silo, and a lot of and because the lack of integration resulting in poor delivery of government services. This is due to lack of communication either between all tiers of government or between the government to the citizen. So in that aspect, more open data and intergovernmental data sharing initiatives need to be promoted, along of course with the adoption and improvement of e-government services. The sixth element is the smart mobility. So connectivity and reliability of mobility services in a city needs to be improved, of course, along with the efficiency and affordability of the transportation systems. And last but not least, number seven is the digital infrastructure, which cover the aspect of network coverage, the penetration of broadband and internet, the quality of services, as well as the cybersecurity concern. I will cover more on this towards the later part of my presentation. So these are the all 16 policies which are mapped to support different 7 components of the cities, and this is another example of what you can expect from the documents, which include a detailed breakdown and mapping of strategies to initiatives, which can be measured by respective indicators. Similarly, all the 16 indicators, 16 policies are mapped accordingly to the strategy. As we will not be able to cover everything in this session, I encourage you to download the Mscf documents to get a more detailed view on how each of the smart city strategies can be put into practice. Well, with all the framework ready, the government is also keen to put this into action. As such, a few pilot cities or states have been identified based on several criteria, including the competitiveness, the type of hierarchy, as well as the status of the city in the Asian smart city network. So we have covered Malaysian smart city framework in general. If anything, the new Malaysian smart city framework is an accumulation of ideas which are built up from experience in developing some of the modern cities, as highlighted in the earlier part of this presentation. The effort of providing the foundation to that, which is the telecommunication infrastructure, has taken place long before. So allow me to share our journey as a telco in building the nation's digital infrastructure. Now, having been in the industry for more than 80 years now, Telecom Malaysia is a government-linked company with almost 30,000 staff nationwide. As a national carrier provider, we have a long history in providing national telecommunication industry for the nation. One of the most important milestones and the biggest investment we have done in the past was the high-speed broadband projects in 2010, which we helped realizing the government aspiration in increasing broadband penetration to Malaysian citizens. So to date, apart from consumers and enterprises, we are also providing and managing most of the government digital infrastructure. Our motto is to make life and business easier for better Malaysia. Through this public-private partnership broadband project, for example, we managed to boost broadband penetration in Malaysia to more than 77% of Malaysian population. We have the most extensive fiber connectivity nationwide, covering 560 kilometer of fiber optic cables. Apart from serving the fixed broadbands to consumers, we are also a tier 1 telco provider with more than 500 major telcos and OTT providers as our customers. As you can see from the timeline, we have gone through many technological evolutions, and to date we also offer other digital facilities such as the data centers as well as cloud services. In ensuring the progress of Smart City Framework, we are also helping and working with cities to build their digital infrastructure. For example, in Putrajaya, we have invested more than 1 billion ringgit to provide broadband access to the citizens, and at the same time providing an open access to other providers. Moving forward, expanding our 4G and LTE network, we also committed in investing for the national 5G infrastructure, which will further help to boost Malaysian broadband penetration for up to 98%. One of the key milestones of our participation in delivering smart cities is by delivering 5G demonstration project in Langkawi last year, which I believe will be the best example of how we actually help cities to realizing the Malaysian smart city framework. The 5G demonstration in Langkawi was quite monumental for us, as we managed to deploy the world's first standalone 700 MHz and 3.5 GHz network, 5G network on the island. Of course, this will not be materialized without collaboration with various stakeholders from federal to local government, as well as other relevant agencies. Definitely, there were lots of challenges that we could learn from and improve in our next endeavor. On top of 5G's infrastructure we have built in Langkawi, there are 11 smart city services that we have deployed in collaboration with various agencies, local authorities and businesses, some of which include digital applications, IoT and sensor services, as well as security and surveillance. This is one of the example what we have showcased, which is the urban farming. So in this case, for example, it demonstrates how the components of smart city that we have discussed before can be addressed, such as smart economy, smart digital infrastructure, smart living, as well as smart environment. Obviously, urban farming can help urbanites to either create or improve local economy, at the same time promoting more greener infrastructure, which you can also promote smart healthy living. But on top of that, we are also helping the city to build smart digital infrastructure for their IoT sensors, so more efficient farming and automation can be introduced in their day-to-day operation. So as a summary, the Malaysian Smart City Frameworks emphasizes on use of ICT, technology and innovation to address urban challenges. Now, the important thing is addressing challenges. It provides also comprehensive, the document itself provides comprehensive guidelines for all the stakeholders in realizing smart city that include the strategies, initiatives, the success indicator, as well as policies. Some of the pilot states have been identified for the application of this framework. But generally, ICT, digital infrastructure are the most important foundation of a smart city. But realizations of this framework also requires a lot of collaborations among all the stakeholders. So in our case, as a telco, we are very committed, and we are looking forward and to work with the cities and the government, and looking forward for the next era of 5G, so that we can further boost smart city development in Malaysia. So I have now come to the end of my presentation. Thank you for joining me in this session. It's my pleasure to talk to you, and I hope it's been an informative session, and see you another time. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Samuel Joe from ASKEY Computer. Today I'm going to talk about ASKEY Smart City Solution. ASKEY Computer Corporation was founded in 1989, a wholly owned subsidiary of ASUS Computers, one of the most admired enterprises today. ASKEY specializes in the manufacturing and development of state-of-the-art electronic and network communication products and tools. ASKEY has built a solid reputation of trust and integrity over the years and has many customers from all over the world. With over 30 years of network communication equipment manufacturing experience, ASKEY has shipped products all over the world. In recent years, ASKEY actively participates in research and development for smart home, smart city, and smart vehicle. In the 5G area, ASKEY already demonstrates its capability for wide diversity of smart products and projects. Two major milestones for ASKEY. First one is IPO in 1997, and second, 2006, we become a subsidiary of ASUS. Here is the summary of what I'll be going over today. 4 different products. The first one is LED Smart Bus. The second one is a solar power Smart Bus Stop. The third is LCD Smart Bus Stand. And the last one is Smart Bus Solution. This is an example of bus data that could be accessed by the public via 3G or 4G network, either e-bus or legacy bus. This is the bus route information you can see in the diagram. Let me take this time to introduce our 4 products included in this presentation. The first one is our Smart Bus, which uses a LED display. We have 2 types, one stand-alone type and one hanging type. They both feature 3G or 4G communication capability. LED on both sides of the display and multiple colors. They differ in the amount of text they are be able to display. With stand-alone type, be able to display up to 18 English characters, and the hanging type up to 24 English characters. Both units comply with TTIA standard. TTIA stands for Taiwan Telematics Industry Alliance, and we have installed over 1,600 units in past 4 years. Our second product is the Smart Bus Stop powered by solar energy. Again, we have 2 types, one stand-alone type as well as a pole type stand. They both feature 3G and 4G communication capability, as well as a 31.2-inch low power consumption e-paper screen. Both types comply with the TTIA standards and be able to construct on wide or narrow sidewalk. A more cost-effective option is to use 13.3-inch e-paper screen rather than 31.2-inch screen, while still retaining 3G or 4G communication capability. As you can see, this diagram on the left-hand side shows our system architecture and PV system. A PV array on top of the unit put energy through transformer and backup battery. Then via the MCU power the e-paper unit, which is also backlight by a set of LED for usage when visibility is low. The electrical data is displayed on the diagram on the right-hand side. This diagram shows our solar power bus stop. The PV array is installed on the top, and the main surface area on the bus stop is reserved of the important information such as station and bus route information, while the space at the bottom can be used to advertisement, or in this case, a city mascot. This is our new model, which also includes a simple chair for waiting passengers. Here are the high-level specs for our e-paper display unit. The third product is our LCD Smart Bus Stand. The main features are listed here, including bus information, date and time, as well as weather condition, advertising, and balance inquiry for electronic payment cards, mainly for use in outdoor environment. It also features a built-in security camera, USB charging stand, free Wi-Fi access, as well as a built-in 4G LTE communication for remote control and device management. Two pieces of 55-inch LED display panels are used, which can be light up to 700 nits. And we have installed 52 smart bus stops in Taipei City already. Bus, metro, and high-speed rail are the heart of public transportation. It can be said that the primary task of a smart city is to provide smart transportation. Being the information hub of the city, the smart bus stands provide instant bus information as well as free Wi-Fi access and commercial advertisement. In the future, it can provide electronic payment service as well as data analysis to promote economic development. The CMS platform allows an administrator to remotely control various media contents and advertisement. The remote network management function notifies the management center automatically if there is a more function which alert the management person to carry out maintenance operation. The last product is our Smart Bus solution. It features an all-in-one telematics control unit, TCU, which supports multiple interfaces for connecting different devices, such as a smart pulse, LED display, and audio announcement system. A built-in 7-inch touchscreen is used for the driver to set up their login ID, as well as selecting bus route, inspecting the status of the bus, and displaying the relative information. It supports up to a maximum of 300 bus lines, with a maximum of 500 config stop for each line. Using 3G or 4G to communicate remotely to the bus center, GPS information as well as bus status information is updated regularly. A smart pass built-in multiple SAM interface is used for supporting different kind of e-payment cards. The TCU can also be upgraded to a digital driving recorder for recording wheel speed, RPM, light signal, and other data. The TCU is a compact all-in-one design that driver can use to access the setup for route information, as well as check on the status of the bus from the 7-inch screen. The Smart Pass can access both cash and electronic payment method. All transaction data can be upgraded via wireless communication. The diagram below shows the system architecture, which is composed of TCU, Smart Bus, Pass, and an audio announcement system, multiple LED display, and 3G or 4G communication capability. Here are some of our achievements related to the product I have discussed today. You can see in past 4 years, our business keep growing and growing.
If the site doesn't have city power to offer electricity to bus stop, then we suggest to select solar power bus stop because of less cost for installation of wiring and road digging and recovery. Also, it can make the installation time shorter to dig the road across the street that always spends 2 to 4 weeks timing. Less cost, less construction time, less interrupt for citizen living. Besides, it meets the green environment appeal. That's the reason why we chose the solar power bus stop. Why we decide to use the e-paper instead of LED display. When the information doesn't change, e-paper use ultra-low power consumption. Unlike LED, use lots of power for operation. An e-paper can still working 14 days when the sun doesn't charge the battery. If the bus stop is broken, it will send messages to the server or app, let you know instantly, and fix in the short time. Unlike old days, you have to check every bus stop in person. With this technology, it's much easier.
If you have any question, this is my contact information, and feel free to drop me an email. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kent, the CEO of Fashion Intelligence. It's my honor to share our experiences and solutions for a smart city with you. Our company has established for 10 years, and we are specialized in positioning technology and keep focusing on developing applications, services based on IoT networks. So how to utilize IoT network and IoT applications to improve the convenience or the efficiency for management? I think it's getting a very big trend for smart cities. So I will give you some references of our work. First one, Wi-Fi network. So there is the biggest Wi-Fi network in Taiwan called the 1.3 Wi-Fi that is operated by us and cooperated with Chunghwa Telecom. Chunghwa Telecom is the biggest operator in Taiwan. They built more than 50,000 hotspots for their mobile users. The reason is to offload the 4G traffic. So in this network, it's generally speaking, it's just generate costs. So after using our platform and gateway, we use these 50,000 hotspots connect to the internet advertisement. So we let the users to use 3 minutes internet surfing. After checking the advertisement, we recommend to them according to the location, time, and the user profile. In that way, this infrastructure is not only the cost of offloading 4G traffic, but also can generate advertisement revenue for Chunghwa Telecom and us. And we not only use this Wi-Fi network to be channels to the advertisement, we also use these Wi-Fi access points to upload the signals received from the IoT sensors we deploy among the city. The IoT sensors we deployed in the city is basically using them to detect the trackers. The trackers is on human, on the pets, on children, on elderly. So the scenario to use them, I will explain afterwards. But most importantly, I want to say is that the Wi-Fi infrastructure can be useful in different way than you were originally thought. Okay. The second, tracking system. Talking about tracking system, I think everybody will think about GPS devices. So GPS devices right now I think is popular and easy to get. However, I think most of people recognize that the shortage of GPS devices is power consumption. So every kind of GPS devices, as long as you turn it on, you have to recharge the battery every 1 or 2 days. So if you want the elderly, if you want the children to recharge the battery by themselves, I think it won't be easy to keep the habit. And if you want to stick the GPS tag on the assets, like moving assets, you have to solve the power issue. So if you stick the GPS device on the car, I think you can use the electricity from the car. If your moving object don't have the power in there, the power will still be a problem. So we use BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy Technology, like a beacon, as our tracking tag. So if you use beacon as the tracking tag, the power won't be an issue anymore, because a battery of a beacon can let it work more than 1 year. So afterwards, I will show you some examples. And the final one is indoor navigation, or you can say indoor positioning. Because if you are in an indoor environment, you cannot use GPS anymore. So if you want to know which equipment, where the equipment is in a plant, or where is the patient is in the hospital, where the student is in the school, I think you need the technology to help you solve this problem. So we have made the references in traffic centers like Taipei Main Station, Nangang Main Station, Songshan Airport, and we also make the assets positioning applications and patients positioning patients positioning in the hospitals. So all these three references are based on our core technology, IoT positioning, and the IoT network to make the signals can be connected and upload to the cloud. So in this page, you can see there are many categories already applied already applied our technologies and services, like vehicle factory or maintenance shop. If you send a car to be maintained, we can track where your car is in the whole process line, in which stage, and where the car exactly is, to reduce the time, the steps to find your car and deliver to the car owner. And in the school, kindergarten, we can position the students and the visitors in that environment, because children is very sensitive for the safety issue is very sensitive for this kind of environment full of children. So positioning technology can help you to provide a safety and a security environment. And for hospitals, I think you can imagine that equipment, staff, and patients, visitors, I think all of them, if they can be positioned, the service can be delivered very convenient, like find a way, find the destination. If the users can use their mobile phone to know where the X-ray is, where the patient's room is, and use the mobile phone to navigate to the destination, I think it can avoid getting in touch with the steps, especially in this time of COVID-19 time. Okay. And the shopping mall, community, station, factory, I think many places can use our product. So I will give you some instance. First of all, Taipei Main Station. In Taipei Main Station, it is a very huge environment and complex, because in that environment include high-speed rail, Taipei Rail, MRT, and bus station. So it's very easily to get lost in that environment. If you want to meet up with your friend, if you are first time to be Taipei Main Station, you want to find the transfer way to MRT, it's never be an easy job. So we provide them an app. This app used just like Google navigation. So in this app, you can just identify the destination by selecting from the quick navy, or just key in the destination you want to go. The app will identify your current position and not only connect you to the destination, but also pass by pass lead you to the destination. So the scenario just like car navigation. So the system will alert you if you have to turn right, turn left, go upstairs, go downstairs, or take the elevator. The system will trigger a vibration and just give you notification through our app to let you know there is something you should pay attention. And when you are approaching the destination, the system will also give you notification. So in Taipei Main Station, if you have this app, it will be very, very easy to get to arrive any destination you want to go. So the same kind of scenario are used for a bus station, airport, and the hospital. Just like what I mentioned, in COVID-19 time, I think most of hospital staffs want to keep a social distance with the patients and the visitors. Especially you cannot make sure they are safe or not from the COVID-19. So if you provide this kind of navigation, you can reduce the touching chances with the patients. Okay, and the second one, I want to move the positioning from indoor to outdoor. Outdoor positioning, just like what I said, GPS is right now currently the most popular choices. However, the people are not use it so popular because power consumption issue. So for elderly, for children or pets, we want to let them use the tracker without worry about the power issue. So on the left hand side of this page, you can see we deployed a lot of BLE sensors in the streets. So if you have our tech, BLE tech, when you move in the cities, when you move from one intersection to another intersection, your position will be uploaded once, twice, 3 times. So just like camera works. So however, it won't touch your privacy because only upload the signal from the tag. In that way, the power, battery power won't be an issue. Maybe you will ask, it will be a very big budget to deploy the sensors, or there are always the age of the sensor network. So how do we solve the problem when the person go outside of the fence or the age? So there are 2 answers from our experiences. This kind of scenario we have conducted in Pingtung County for 2 years, and in Taipei City, Yunlin County, and Taitung County in Taiwan for more than half years. So everybody use it just easy because they only have to put some tag with them. So we have different kinds of tag. First one is beige kind. Beige kind can be last more than 1 year's battery, and we also have smaller one, just like keychain. So it's smaller and more convenient, and the battery of it can last more than 6 months. So you can see from the page. So we can make it as small as like a coin. So you can put it in every kind of form as long as your people can accept. So if you take this badge with you or this tag with you, the family or the people who are taking care of the elderly, they can check the positioning through the app or the messenger like Line in Taiwan, or through the dashboard like an institute, daycare center or nursing home. They can check the positioning of their their cases in the dashboard. So you can see this page showed a dashboard for a daycare center to check everyone's position, and we can also provide the traces as long as you select the start point and the end point according to time period. So they will show the all the traces just for a single user. So when you are looking for a certain person, you want to find him or her, the traces will show the trend of the direction, will let you easier to find him in time. Okay. The 2 answers we get to solve the age problem is to using a low cost in IoT network. The first one, low cost IoT network named Wi-SUN. Wi-SUN is a mesh network which can provide a around 1 kilometer range mesh network, and with only one gateway, one gateway and 20 to 30 nodes, and the gateway nodes can provide a mesh network. Every signals will transfer to the gateway and gateway to the internet. So in Pingtung County and the other cities in Taiwan, we use Wi-San gateway connect to Wi-Fi, which is .1.free Wi-Fi's access point. So the gateway use the access point to upload to the cloud, and the nodes, I mean the receivers among the cities, will transfer signals to each other and finally connect to the gateway. So in this way, the deployment budget can be lowered down very much. Okay, so compile our technology and solutions. We can we can provide three kind of products. First one is real-time position checking, and second one is contact history retrieve, and the final one is geofencing control. These three kind of products are most popular of our products, which have acquired by different customers. The first one, I think the most good example is Songshan Airport. The manager of the airport can check every staff's position in an app and also in the dashboard, and they can not only control the situation real time, but also they can schedule work, and they can assign accident work for a certain person which may be nearby the situation, and after solving the problem, they can do the job report, use our app. So you can see this dashboard has already used for Songshan Airport for 3 years. So they use it to lower down the management's human cost, and to improve the efficiency of solve the accidents in the airport. So this is another example. They use our card as their badge. So their toilet cleaner can be calculated how long he or she work in the toilet, and after doing the cleaning job, there is another person to check the performance. They can also check if the check-in person arrived or not arrived, and how long the check-in person do the check-in job in the toilet. So you can imagine other kind of extended scenario, but most importantly, we can provide positioning services with a lower cost and effectively. So this is for a car maintenance shop. So the owner drive their car to the maintenance shop. The staff can check the real-time position with every car, and not also provide convenience for the owner, but also the manager can analyze how long the car stay in each stage and try to improve the process. Just so the result will be improve the turnover rate. For example, if you can receive 10 cars a day, after improve the process, maybe you can receive 12 to 15 cars a day, which will also means the generating more revenue. So here is the reference of Hong Kong HA. I think this is a POC project, and we help them to locate the position of their equipment and assets to find it quickly. The same services we also provided to the United Hospitals of Taipei City. So they use our service to find the assets, the staffs, and the patients. So we can also show the different status of the people who are positioned. Red means the person going to some forbidden area, and gray means the person is out of the fence. And we can also combine with messengers apps to deliver instant notifications. So we also provide apps integration or service integration with the existing systems of our customers. Okay, so for contact history retrieve, it's very important in COVID-19. So because everyone has been positioned with the text, the mobile phones in the same environment, like factories, production line, or hospitals. So if any one of them is infected, confirmed infected, we can track back like past 14 days how many people have involved in the contact. So only that those people have to be under investigation. So the rest of people, they can still go to the work. They don't have to shut down the hospital, shut down the school, shut down the production line. And for geofencing, using the same technology, the users can set the receivers in certain area like dome, like home, like hotel. So if the people who are under monitored, they can take the bracelet or tag or something else. Once they go outside, the system will trigger alarm, let the manager to know the situation happened and try to solve it. This dashboard is from overseas client. So our overseas client, the green circle means people are in the home, doesn't go outside. And if any one of them move outside, the green circle will become red circle, and the notification will be triggered. To sum up, I think a smart city can combine a lot of scenarios, and positioning, not only indoor positioning but also combining outdoor positioning, will be a very good case, a very good way for the cities, for the factories, hospitals, schools to improve the efficiency and provide safety and convenience environment. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi. Taiwan has been enabling smart city technologies and solutions for many years, aiming to become a new model for smart cities in Asia. Under Taiwan Smart City Project Framework launched by Industrial Development Bureau, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Taiwan, we now have more than 200 projects running across 22 cities and counties in Taiwan. Due to outbreak of COVID-19, we are now looking for new ways to share Taiwan smart solutions with the world. Here we have a virtual platform allowing solution seekers and visitors to get a glimpse of what Taiwan has to offer. So for example, if you search by categories, I'll go with tourism. And you can see with the boxes on the right side, and just simply tick the box. And then you will see the key elements that you want to know. And another example is the same. So I hope you enjoyed this virtual platform. And as the top-notch ICT landmark, we would like to provide smart city solutions to our global partners, share our experiences, and build a working platform for smart cities development with you. And if you are interested or have any questions, please go to www.smartcitytw360.com. Enjoy!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we have proceeded to our panel discussion. And let me introduce our moderator, William Xie, Head of Strategy Engagement, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Macau from GSMA, and 4 of our panelists. First one is Carlos Tan, Assistant President, HKT. The second one is Dr. Asman Ali, Senior Solution Consultant from TM ONE. The third one is Samuel Chu, Supervisory Specialist from ASKEY Computer. And our last and not least panelist is Ken Zhang, General Manager of Faction Intelligence. Okay, William, here you go. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks all the panelists joining today the discussion. So today our panel discussion topic is how to overcome the challenge and discover the opportunity in the smart city. So first of all, thanks for all your joining again. So we have already listened about your presentation. So you have mentioned a lot of smart city, different use case solution. So I would like to ask, how do you see this opportunity, for example, in this different vertical segment? What is your company, the role in the project? And what is the technology and the business advantage within this smart city initiative or in the different area? So this is the first question. Maybe Carlos, would you like to answer first?
Sure. Thank you, Williams. At the massive scale and the scope evolving to the city level, it needs governors to consult, initiate, plan, fund, and execute, and roll out to the public. Taking Hong Kong Smart City as example, it is not difficult to find out from the Hong Kong Smart City Blueprint 1.0, relative policy address, budget plan, as it has already indicated those smart city projects where, when, how much, whom among different smart initiatives. According to the IESE Smart City Report, although Hong Kong is number 3 in Asia, the score of transportation mobility dimension is average and has a lot of room for improvement. That's why the smart project under mobility initiative are going first, which HKT had keen interest and inherent advantages for doing sensor, parking meter, green minibus, CV2X, by riding on innovative telco infrastructure, sophisticated service business model, and excellent customer experience to go along these smart transformations is also applicable to those segments from the relevant smart initiative and country as well. To answer another question regarding what is my scope and technology and business advantage, HKT is traditional telco service provider over 100 years in Hong Kong. In the smart city era, HKT has also transformed to be smart service provider for the smart cities. The role and the technology business advantage. The first, smart city, building, campus, and other corporate smart project solution and service, and including the emerging technology, AI, VR, analytics, API, mobile application, robotic, etc. This is also our focus. Second, find out the technology partners, incubators, Hong Kong, China, and overseas, of course, Taiwan also. The third thing is form a smart partner circle with the ecosystem partners. The last thing is leverage the strengths and each other on the innovation and technology solution. That's all my share. Let's pass back to the William.
Okay, thanks, Carlos. Maybe next, I would like to ask Dr. Ellie from the TM ONE angle. So will you share your experience?
Thank you, William. So, in general, going back to the aim of our smart city frameworks, Malaysian has developed last year. I've presented in my presentation. Opportunities are huge, especially with 5G coming on board. Let's look into the economic perspective. For example, we are helping basically one of the pilot projects. We are helping a water operator to save up to 49% of their water losses, improving their operations and the mean time to repair from 24 hours to 7 hours. So by introducing some digital means and as well as IoT infrastructure. So in this example, the customer or the city don't have to generate new revenue, but rather they can benefit by recovering revenue as they prevent water from being lost. Urban farming, for example, by using IoT, allowing the new plantations that normally requires a lot of land, acres of land to be replaced with just a cabin size of farm which can be expanded vertically. This will pretty much help the farmers in managing their farm efficiently. From healthcare perspective, for example, current new norm require us to provide a lot of low touch technology. So we also can provide that means we provide better and safer communication in the new normal. Similarly, in safety and surveillance arena, a lot can be improved. We are not just talking about the CCTVs and surveillance, but also some early warning systems like detection of sudden surge in water level in our river or drop in water level supply, detection of structure movement, degradation of water index quality, because of some illegal dumping of chemicals, which could cost lives. So in this view, we see our roles as telco is very much very important. Connectivity is still the fundamental building block of smart cities. And our job is basically to provide the foundation to that. We are talking about manage end-to-end communication from sensors to the backbones and to the internet. But on top of that, we are also providing facilities like the data centers and the cloud facilities and our cloud platform to allow city as our customers to host their digital infrastructure on our infrastructure to connect to their favorite public cloud, for example. So in summary, Williams, we like to be seen as a reliable partners in delivering end-to-end digital infrastructure, saving our customers from having to build the entire IT infrastructure and start focusing on their core businesses. But beyond technology, we want to be seen also as a partner in their digital transformation, in their journey. For example, we are also sharing our resources in R&D and sharing expertise in our digital transformations and taking and hand-holding our customers through programs such as design thinkings and a lot of workshops and various means of knowledge transfer. So that will be our contribution to the smart city in Malaysia.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Elliot. So good to hear. In the telco, a lot of different solution can be provided on different kind of the vertical use case. Maybe next is comes to the as a solution provider like ASKEY. So Samuel, would you like to share some of your experience in the different smart city project also?
Yeah, thank you, William. This is Samuel from ASKEY Computer. For the Smart City project, ASKEY believe smart traffic is the core element for the smart city. For example, in my presentation, we have 3 different smart bus types, from smart bus stop to smart bus stand, then to smart bus solution, because ASKEY involved in this smart traffic solution 4 years ago. And we believe people is very easy to feel the advantage once the smart bus from the smart stand provide the bus information, when will arrive and how many passengers in the bus, etc. So actually in these past 4 years, ASKEY Computer get great success on this smart bus traffic improvement. We see this is the core element for smart city solution. Back to you, William.
Okay, thanks, Samuel. Maybe then let me ask Kent. Kent is from the Fashion Intelligence. Would you like also share your smart city use case and your experience?
Thank you, William. Everybody. Our company is specialized in outdoor and indoor combined positioning technology. So I think for smart city, we have three goals. The first one is to improve the convenience for the end user. And the second is to improve the efficiency of the management. And the third is provide another different kind of safety service for elderly and the children live in the cities. So I will take examples. So for first one, to improve the convenience, like where I am, I'm in a train station, so it's easily to confuse me. Where is the destination? Like where's the toilet? Where is the ticket shop? Where is the Starbucks to meet my friends? So there is an famous reference cooperated with ASKEY. We make the indoor navigation for Taipei main station, which is a very complex environment. Combine a high-speed rail and the MRT and the Taiwan rail, the bus station together, and it's very, very easy to get lost. So we provide an app which uses beacon technology to let the travelers, they can use the car navigation experience to operate our app and find the destination and page by page to lead you to the destination. So in that kind of scenario, we also have hospital customers because a lot of patients, when they come to hospital, they have to finding the destination like X-ray room, like some special places. So generally, they will ask for some steps in the hospital. But during this period, like COVID-19, I think all the steps are trying to avoid get too much touching with the patients. So we can provide them indoor navigation, let the patients to find the right way and lead them to the destination effectively. And the second one is to improve the efficiency. In the past, we focusing, I think the industry focusing on production line efficiency improvement, like to monitor the signals or the operation process on the production line on the machines. However, if you change a mind, like if you can know how long and in which production stop your employees spend their time at there, you can try to improve your production efficiency. So there are some factory customers using our system to identify each position of their employees, so they can know how long they spend in each stop and try to improve the efficiency. And for another example, like Songshan Airport in Taipei City, they use our system for 3 years. The manager can use an app to check everyone's position. So what do they use our product? First one, they can schedule the work floor. So for example, if they're like a toilet cleaning, every 1 hour need one employee to clean the toilet one time. So if at the 8 o'clock there is no employee enter the toilet to do the clean job, the system will alert the manager. So it's kind of a work process checking. And in the airport, there are a lot of forbidden area. So if some employee get in some forbidden area, the system will also alert the manager to check the situation. So you can imagine another or other scenarios. In our customers, they are also like a visitor system in for office. So if your office have some sensitive area, like financial area, like R&D area, you don't want your visitor visit the area not allowed. So if they take our badge as a visitor card, the badge will show their real-time position. So once they enter some area, the system will alert. And for safety, in Taiwan, we have conduct outdoor positioning, combined indoor positioning for elderly and the children for 2 years. in 4 cities: Pingtung County, Taipei City, and Yunlin County and the Taidong County. So we deploy the sensors, beacon sensors in the streets, like some intersections or with some public Wi-Fi hotspots to combine our BLE sensor. So for elderly or children, if they take our badge or our card or our bracelet, which is a beacon bracelet inside, when they are going outside, we will know their position. Like 8 o'clock, a child passed the elementary school. So if we want to check their last position, they can use Messenger or app to do that. And just like the previous scenario, if a student get off the school at the like 12 o'clock, and the system will alert the teachers and the parents. They can try to look for what are they going or something. So the most important is that in the before, outdoor positioning only use GPS, and the GPS is very power consuming. If you can use Bluetooth technology, our battery can work more than 6 months at least. For bigger size of our tech, the tech can work more than 12 months. So above is my introduction. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kent. So we have discussed about different vertical. I think my next question is also we discuss about transformation. Transformation applied to the smart city use case. We have heard about involving, government, the government like a smart city blueprint. Ken mentioned about you need to educate the citizen how to use. Also, we have a telco operator be the solution provider, and the solution provider provide the technology solution. So besides from the technical point of view, from the business point of view, from the cooperation point of view, how you work with the different stakeholder in the smart city project you have mentioned. Also, you have mentioned a lot of different stakeholder. So what is the possible partnership model or cooperation model you have been implement or you have been experienced? You can share that. Maybe this one I would like to ask Dr. Ellie, you want to share your experience first?
Thank you, Williams. Yeah, we have a history of working with the government, especially under the public-private partnership program we have in 2010. Basically, in that program, we are required to fiberize the whole country in high-speed broadband projects. So we are helping to penetrate the country to penetrate more than 77% of the population fiberized with the fiberization efforts, in which include cities and other highly populated area in general. But in the last 5 to 10 years, our approach has been working with real estate developers, for example, to provide broadband-ready houses and premises and building, especially for those who are not in our high-speed broadband roadmap. Which means we help the developers to fiberize their area, and in return, they agree to some commercial agreement. But eventually, we see that we can offer more than just connectivity and fiberization. In fact, we can offer end-to-end digital infrastructure. So we start to venture into more into smart services like surveillance, utilities, agriculture, tourism, and many more. Which of course required us to collaborate with other players within the ecosystems like the manufacturers, the IoT makers, and even our competitors. For example, last year we have 5G demonstrations that is driven by our government. In Langkawi, it was a good example in which we have opportunity to demonstrate our capabilities and collaborate with all the stakeholders, even with the telco, which is normally seen as our competitor. So in this case, the government and local authorities, they play an important role in coordinating all the stakeholders. For your information, the 5G demonstration last year was driven by the Ministry of Multimedia of Malaysia, and actually design and coordinates the whole projects. So for us, from business perspective, the models can vary. We are flexible and is under continuous discussions with the stakeholders. Depending on the sectors, the type of services, and also priority or agenda of the city. For us, we for example, we can go into a build, operate, and transfer. If the city would like to eventually own and manage their own infrastructure, we can have a profit sharing where things, for example, smart parking, where we build digital infrastructure for parking for the cities, and we share revenue from that. And also, for example, in the form of managed services or OPEX models, where the city can totally leave their digital infrastructure operation and management to us. Um, One example is our digital workforce and our IoT smart city platform that the city can subscribe to the service without any large upfront investments. So that's pretty much some of the business models that we are already working on.
Okay, thanks, Dr. L. Next one, maybe I ask Carlos from the Hong Kong T perspective. Hi, Carlos, please. Yes.
Okay, let me turn on the mic. Okay, sorry to. I think no one can do everything in the whole world chain in the smart city eras. Also, no exception in telco, like such as HKT. We need the close partner to capture those untapped business opportunities in the smart city eras. To address the smart city project, especially this is very huge and big scales. In my company, we establish emerging technology teams with the business development functions. These BD functions do worldwide research studies and try to evaluate the success case, whether it is suitable and can be replicated in Hong Kong. We also invite the relevant solution stakeholder, not limited to the equipment and solution vendor, to form team to go and bid the relevant smart city projects. On the other hand, we also promote the ecosystem partnership locally and globally through the skill transfer, high local service support, billing, and other sophisticated telecom service incorporate in the smart solutions, so that we can provide a flexible solution and collaboration model, such as revenue sharing, 5G consultants, project management, which all are doing well in the telecom operators. By combining with the other stakeholder, we can form the new digital economies to capture all smart city opportunities, not only in Hong Kong, but also in the worldwide. Thank you. We pass back to William.
Thanks, Carlos. Okay, so then maybe I also now we can from the solution provider angle, maybe this time maybe I ask Ken to share your experience first regarding any new business model, how you work with other stakeholders. Hi, Ken.
Okay, thank you, William. Just like Carlos says, no one can achieve it by their own self. So in our projects, we have to cooperate with telecoms and the system integrators or other existing platform for our customer side. So I will take the recent case, for example. In these 2 years, the biggest achievement is come from the project of smart city and the country led by MOEA, Ministry of Economic Affairs in Taiwan. So in that project, they allowed the cities and the counties to raise their hand, to raise some demands, like how to improve the traffic, how to improve the safety, how to improve the efficiency, and the vendors like us can try to solve their problem. So after some process, the vendors, once be selected by the government, they will like us, got some partial of the sponsorship, and we can do the project together. So in our project, we cooperate with Zhonghua Telecom in Taiwan, and they provide the infrastructure for our IoT infrastructure. And for the cloud, we also use Chunghwa Telecom. And you want to provide some single purpose, even you want to provide some single purpose service, you have to solve a lot of system integration issues. So there are a lot of existing systems of the school, of the city, of the institutes. So we work together. At the first time, we want to accomplish a project. However, if you want to spread your model or you want to increase this scale, I think a revenue sharing system is very important. So right now, I and our partners are aiming at forming a SaaS model, software as a service. Like we can charge every user by like a monthly usage fee and like that. So if you have a lot of users, if you have to generate a lot of usage, you have to pay more. In the contract, if you don't have to use that much our traffic, you can pay less. I think cooperate with the government, the telecom system integrators, and has a SaaS revenue sharing model is very important for our kind of business. Thank you.
Thanks, Kent. How about Samuel? In your smart transportation project, so how you work with other stakeholders?
Thank you, William. Like I mentioned before, for our smart traffic solution is the core element for smart city project. And from ASKEY point of view, we build a smart bus stop for Taipei City back to 2017. And let me put it this way, this is a service-oriented project because before the construction, you need to apply the permission from the government and other components like the power, then get all kinds of permission and you can start the construction. Also, you need to avoid any inconvenience to the people. But however, let me put it this way, as long as you follow the government rule and did not make big mistake, actually, the project cannot end like in 1 or 2 years. For example, for the Taipei City project, we have since 2017 to this year, it's 4 years already. For the other big example, for new Taipei City smart bus stop, we had a project from last year to this year also. So as long as you do it right, I think the business keep growing. That's first thing. And second thing, this team inside ASKEY Computer, we treat ourselves as a SI, system integrator. Actually, some component is not original from ASKEY. However, the attitude we work with our vendor, like several panelists mentioned about, is profit sharing or revenue sharing. And we be very transparent to work with our vendor because we believe as long as we work as a team, we can provide the best service to the, for example, government. Thank you very much, William.
Okay, thanks, Samuel. So we have discussed about different business model like revenue sharing, SaaS model. We also talk about we need to work with a lot of government. Some is take years. Also, we discuss about we need to work with some global partner. So, and then my next question is, in this smart city project from now or from the future perspective, so how do you see the challenge you have faced or additional support you need? For example, from the audience like today attend this webinar from different city government, from the different country solution provider or operator or vertical system, what is your advice? So how to get this challenge resolved? What additional support you need? Maybe this time we start from the solution provider. Maybe we start from Samuel first.
Thank you, William. Actually, the biggest challenge right now we have inside ASKEY is we actually have manpower shortage, to be honest with, because if you look at my presentation, I think page 14, we have lots of projects in Taiwan since 2017, and this year we start win the project overseas. For example, the first one is in the Caribbean scene. The project start in July 1st. Actually, my personal, I will go over there a couple of weeks later to initiate project over there. It's a very long trip actually, and of course, in current situation in the COVID-19 situation, make more difficult for any overseas business. That's the first one I can think about. My only suggestion is we probably can work with the telco or the other solution provider together, because I can see the opportunities growing, and several, even ASKEY is 100% owned by ASUS. We still feel the manpower shortage in this moment. However, we can think as long as everybody have an open mind, open heart to discuss the potential, this smart city project will keep going and growing. That's my opinion. Thank you very much, William.
Yes. Okay, thanks, Samuel. So I hope you will also get some new talent when you get the shortage of the manpower. Yes, this is also, I think, is important. Yes, maybe ask Ken. Yes, maybe Ken, would you like to share your opinion or suggestion?
Okay, in the past, like last year, our global extension is based on human traveling. Like we have customers in Thailand, in Singapore, and some of them are in Australia. So at that time, I and my engineers travel to the destination and then negotiate with the customers and do the project like we do in Taiwan. And it is very, I think, effort consuming. So we cannot achieve many projects at the same time. However, I think it was an opportunity for us, like COVID-19. It forced us to stay in Taiwan and still serve our customers overseas. So right now we can provide system integration and software customization or cloud-based service with our overseas customers. So I think it's very a good opportunity for us to expand our service with overseas partners. So the shortage or the support we need is to participate in this kind of platform and to meet more partners or bridging us to other overseas market. It is what we want. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kent. So then we move back to the telco operator perspective. Maybe Carlos, would you like to share your experience? What is the challenge you face? What's additional support you need, especially from the different stakeholders like our government, from the global partner perspective as such?
Okay, thank you, William. I think it is very true, like Ken mentions, we have to outreach our partners because we need to more innovations with the technology partners. No matter it is a very small company or a new startup, because they may have very good creativities and solution with particularly fit for the smart city challenge. As I mentioned before, the innovations and creativities are the critical and key successful factor together with the inside smart circle, locally or globally. On the other hand, for the, I think there is common challenges like the COVID-19 during pandemic period, not only in the Asia Pacific global, but also in Hong Kong. We have to adapt or tackle these kind of challenges. In fact, we find a lot of company has put down their development plan or investment in the technology areas. Although government have a lot of funding to support, but we have to strike the balance so that we can proceed for the smart initiative in Hong Kong. Also, we can find there is a lot of argument between the personal data privacy concern from the public, as well as some involving the political issues. So that's all kind of argue can affect the economic trends and impact in the coming smart city progress and also the development in the Hong Kong and as well as other city. Thank you, William.
Thanks, Carlos. So then comes to Dr. Ellie. Will you have any final suggestion to the audience how we can face the challenge or what support we need from the industry?
Definitely, we see a lot of more potentials in the future, especially when 5G is in the picture, right? But as for now, I think our approach in delivering smart city-wide services need to change. The approach needs to change from the silo into integrated one. For example, in our current practice, we have the different utility provider like the water, the sewerage, and the energy operator building their own last mile smart meter infrastructure to the home. But at the same time, as telco, we already have the last mile infrastructure, digital infrastructure. Without proper planning, you can see there is a redundancy, and without proper planning and policy, you can imagine that we could end up with 3 different type of last mile infrastructure just to deliver smart services to the house. So this is where we see if we can streamline this infrastructure, then we can save some costs, time and effort to deliver smart digital services to the citizens. So establishing a common open platform that can be used by multiple city services will further help to pave the way for new opportunities. So the common gateways or network infrastructure can be used by other services like waste management, traffic lights, smart bin and so on. So also the environmental sensor and so on, right? In the end, as a provider, this also allow us, give us some economic of scale, which eventually help us to bring down the cost of delivering this digital infrastructure to the city. But secondly, I think it's quite important is the amount of data that the city is collecting and will be collecting, will have access to, will be a huge advantage to the city. They can use all this data to help them establish a new data-driven or decision-driven policy, understanding citizen behavior, devising some dynamic traffic tariff, helping them with planning and optimizing city resources and many more that can help city to improve their service efficiency. Unfortunately, the biggest challenge in this that we are facing is that the existing governance or the structure of our systems might not be designed for this to happen, right? It requires more effort for us to talk to many different ministries, many different authorities as for now. So as such, we need to engage and to continue our discussion with various stakeholders, with various authorities, with regulators, on how we can address the issues. In general, what we have learned from destructive business model like Uber or Airbnb, the authorities need to be well informed. They need some more innovative policies so that some cross-authority initiatives and effort can be facilitated. So we also encourage our government to start looking into city, to look at city as a platform and try to streamline or standardize the city infrastructure as much as they can. Take ownership of the invaluable data that they have and start harnessing the potential and go into the big data and AI. So some real model that we have seen implemented as a pilot is, for example, implementation of single utility bill that allows city and utilities to collaborate together and eventually streamline and standardize and delivering us smart service and digital infrastructure at one go. So for our ecosystem players, our advice is whatever solution that we provide, it should be focusing on addressing the city's problem rather than technology centric. It should be citizens oriented rather than technology oriented. So in general, people like city governance, the technology comes as a secondary concern to them, right? But at least as the city problems can be solved, I think that's good enough for them. As such, we need to prepare ourselves to work with other players in the ecosystems, including our competitors, right? Obviously, we cannot do everything on our own. I mean, for us, we need to be more technology agnostic, and for example, by making ourselves ready to work with different technology provider, and in fact, work with other telco for that has better coverage in other areas. So, in conclusion, my advice would be like to start for the city to start consolidating, integrating, and collaborating ecosystems and leverage on each other's strengths. So, thank you.
Thanks, Dr. L. I think it's a good summary of to make the smart city moving forward. We need the modernization, for example, of some smart city policy, collaboration model, and the partnership. So again, when the panel discussion come to the last, I always say this is just a beginning. So thanks all of you joining this panelist, and then thanks all the audience attend this online webinar. Although this is an online webinar, but if you want to have a further discussion with the panelists today, feel free to contact Itrin or myself. We are happy to pitching all of you to have a further discussion, collaboration, and then share more good idea from the industry. Okay, thanks all of you joining this today presentation and the panel discussion. Thanks. Hopefully we will have a face-to-face discussion very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.